Welcome back. In the previous video, we got introduced to object-oriented programming. In this video, we are diving deeper into two most important parts of object-oriented programming, and those are classes and objects. If you are a beginner, don't worry, we'll take it step by step with easy examples. So let's get started. Now, what is a class in Python? So first of all, class, though we have a look of class in our previous video, but let's discuss it more because it's a vast topic and object-oriented programming is widely used in enterprise level softwares. So a deeper understanding is necessary. A class is like a blueprint or a template for creating objects. Think of it like an architect's design for a house. You can use the design to build multiple houses, right? That's exactly what a class does. You use it to build multiple objects. Now, for example, to write a class or define a class, we write the class keyword and then we give a name. For example, student in this case. This is the simplest class possible. Right now, it doesn't do anything, but we can use it to create student objects. Let me write here pass so the error goes away. So again, it is not doing anything right now, but we can create objects with the student class. Now before that, what is an object? So object. So an object is an instance of a class. It's like actually building a house from the blueprint or the design. For example, here we can write s1 equal student. We are using that class, and here we can just write the print statement and pass s1, that object actually. So if I run the code, you'll see it prints dash dash main dash dash a student object at and this weird kind of thing, which is a memory location. So here s1 is an object created from the student class. Okay, so if you run this, Python will show something like this, and this confirms an object was created in memory. So let's add some properties to the class. Let's give our student class some data like name and age and define how to set them when we create an object. So for that, let me remove this pass, and here we write our constructor. So dash dash init dash dash self as parameter, and we'll have two more parameters, name and then age. Then I'm gonna write self.name equal name and self.age equal age. Now you are seeing this warning because we have to pass name and age to create the student object. Because dash dash init dash dash is a constructor method, it's called automatically when we create an object, and self.name and self.age are called attributes of the object. Now the self refers to the current object being created. So we are creating this object s1. So to use that object's data with referring with self, we have to pass the data, and that's when we give a name. For example, Gojo, and age is 18. Okay, now instead of printing s1, we can print s1.name, then print s1.age. Now if I run the code, you'll see it prints Gojo and 18. So we created a student named Gojo who is 18. We accessed his data using the dot notation, as you can see with dot notation. Now this constructor is a special method. Now let's add a normal method here, just like how functions are used for tasks, and we can define methods inside a class to let the object do something. So let's say the method name is introduce, and inside that method I can write print, and with some string formatting, let's do my name is self dot name, then end I am self dot age years old. Okay, now we can use that method. So after these print statements, we can write s1 dot introduce. Now if I run the code, you'll see it prints my name is Gojo and I am 18 years old. Now like this we can create as many as objects we want, for example S2, and again we can use the student class and student name would be Naruto and age let's say 25. Then we can do S2 dot introduce. If I run the code, you'll see again it prints my name is Naruto and I am 25 years old. Now it's time for a question answer session. First question can be, what's the use case of a class? So the answer would be, it lets us group data and functions together in one reusable structure. So this class gives a super cleaner structure or a reusable structure to group data and functions. As you can see, these attributes data and these functions are there in the student class in an organized manner. Then again you can ask, what's an object? Now an object is a real example created from a class. Then what is self? Self refers to the current object. So when working with S1, self refers to S1. When working with S2, self refers S2 and its data. Now you can ask, from a class how many objects we can create? The answer is, one class can create hundreds of objects with different data and even million if you want actually. Now let me comment this code and it's practice time. Okay, so practice time, it's your turn. Create a class named book. It should have title and author as data. So title and author as data means parameter. Okay, then add a method called describe that prints them. Means the title and the author. So pause the video and try to implement this. So have you done that? If yes, then great. If you couldn't do that, let's implement that together now. So first of all, let's have a class called book. Now here we have a constructor underscore init. We have this self parameter, then we have title and author, and here we can write self dot title equal title. Then we can write self dot author equal author. Now we can define a function, and that is describe, and inside that function or method we print self dot title is written by self dot author. Okay, now if you run the code, it won't do anything because we created the design. Now from this design we have to create the objects, so let's create them. So first of all, let's have a variable called b1 equal, then let's use the book class, and here let's say the book title is Python basics. Okay, and let's say the writer is me, Adil, though I have not written a book yet, but in future if I, and here we can just write b1 dot describe. Okay, let's call this method, and now if I run the code, you'll see it prints Python basics is written by Adil. So awesome, you now understand how to create your own classes and make objects in Python. This is the base of object-oriented programming. In the next video, we'll explore constructor more in detail. Hit the like if you learned something, and see you in the next lesson.